Good morning, Algebra 2. We are going to cover Lesson 71, and Lesson 71 is on the law of sines. And the law of sines can be used for two things. We're going to use it to find the area of a triangle, and we're going to use it to solve a triangle. So we're going to start with area. Now, the book gives you three different formulas for area, but I want to simplify it. So the area of a triangle, notice it still has the 1/2. Times B times C times the sine of A. Now, I'm going to go ahead and clarify that these are sides, and this, of course, is an angle. And you are going to use an angle that has two sides adjacent to it. So you can use this formula, and they gave us different sides and a different angle. You can use whatever angle has two sides touching it. So, as an example, we're going to find the area for the following triangle. So I'm going to draw this triangle. This is 115 degrees, and the two adjacent sides are 24 centimeters, and this is 55 centimeters. All right, so here we go. To find the area, I'm going to do 1/2 times my two adjacent sides, so 24 times 55, times the sine of my angle, which is 115 degrees. So you can enter that all at once if you'd like. So 1/2, I'm just going to put 0.5 times 24 times 55 times the sine of 115 degrees. Hit enter, and I get that the area of my triangle is 598.16 centimeters squared. Okay, so let's use that knowledge for part A in your lesson practice. Now, your lesson practice begins on page 509, and we're going to do part A. So part A has us find the area of triangle ABC. Sorry, and they have a little triangle here. And in your book, I have, I think it looks, your triangle is set up like this. 101 degrees. This side is 22 meters, and this side is 40 meters. Now, it doesn't really matter, which sides they labeled, as long as your angle is adjacent or touching the two sides, then we can use this formula. So our area would equal 1/2 times our two sides, so 22 and 40, times the sine of our angle, which is 101 degrees. And so that's how you're going to enter it. So 0.5 times 22 times 40 times the sine of 101 degrees. And I get 431.92, I'm going to round, meters squared. So pretty simple. Okay, so that is one way you can use the law of sines. Now I'm going to go ahead, we're going to jump into part 2 of our notes, and we're going to use the law of sines to solve for all sides and angles of a triangle. So I'm going to record our law of sines, and I'll write it down for you. It's also in the book. So here's the law of sines, and then I will explain how to set it up. So the sine of angle A over the side A should be proportional to the sine of angle B over side B, which also should be proportional to the sine of C over this side. So I'm going to label this. The top part, the capital ABC represents angles. So your capitals represent angles. The lowercase a, b, C represents your sides. Now, the angle A should be across from the side. So when we say angle A, side A, they should be across from each other. So, the sine of B should be across from the side B, and the angle C should be across from side C. So I'm just going to do the lesson practice with you because I think it presents enough. So in part B, it has the following triangle. And I'm going to label, they have this as A, B, C. This is 32. This is 19 degrees. This is 45 degrees. And they'd like us to find A. Now, if this is angle A, then the side across from it will be side A. Okay? So if this is angle B, then this would over here would be the side of B. Okay? So they should be opposite of one another. So if this is angle B, then this would be side B. If this is angle C, then this would be side C. Okay, so they will always be across from one another. So I'm going to set up a proportion. I know that the sine of 19 degrees, because that's my angle, should be proportional or over side A. And I'm going to use whatever else they provided me with. Now, in this case, they provided me with the 45 degrees. So the sine of 45 degrees over the side across from it, which is 32. So notice I set up these two over these two because that is what it provided me with. Now, to solve, we're simply going to cross multiply. So I'm going to cross multiply. And I probably didn't leave myself enough room, so I'm going to move this down. So the sine of 19 degrees times 32 will equal A times the sine of 45 degrees. So to solve for A, I would divide by the sine of 45. And so I'm going to enter all of this. The sine of 19, close it out. Times 32, hit enter, and I'm going to divide that by the sine of 45, and I get that A equals approximately 14.7 because I am rounding. And so that's it. Moving on, they're going to have us solve all throughout, so I'm just moving through the lesson practice. So in part C, we are going to solve triangle RST. So when it says solve, it means find all remaining sides and angles. So anything unknown, we're finding. That's what solving a triangle means. We're going to find all the sides and all the angles. So here's the triangle they've given us. They said that this is 100 degrees. This is, wait, I want to make sure I'm looking at the